It's mommy and daughter duo. Hey. Hi, everyone. Happy Sunday Fun Day. So we have a special treat tonight. Kylie has been itching, like seriously itching, to make the lava cake for you guys tonight. And it's not only in 7 minutes. It's pretty amazing. So I want to talk quick about the stack cooker. And Kylie is going to start making her, and make her batter. So you could go ahead and use the Thatsa bowl to do that. Ooh, as I make a lot of noise. Wow, I think I should just let Kylie take over because I'm already making a mess, folks. All right, so here, you go ahead and you do that. So what we're gonna use tonight to make our 7-minute lava cake is our stack cooker. This is one of those really cool items that we have. This is the same material that is made out of the Vent and Serve. So it's nice and durable. It's very strong. You can actually cook inside of this. As you saw last week, we made some brownies. So this is a really cool thing. And it comes in multiple pieces. You have your lid, which also turns into a casserole dish. You have your little cone to either use for a bundt cake or to actually roast a chicken in here standing up, which is really cool. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. You have your little strainer, so you could use this as a steamer for your steamed vegetables. You have your 1.5 quart or 1.75 quart casserole dish, and then you have your 3-quart casserole dish. And what's cool about this is we're not going to use all of these pieces tonight. However, you can actually do all different parts of your meal inside of this, stack it just like so, and then put it in the microwave and cook a 3-course meal completely in like between 15 and 20 minutes, depending on what you decide to make. Eric has started making one of my favorite meals now since I've gotten the stack cooker is the balsamic chicken. So if you have a stack cooker, definitely look up the recipe for that because that is absolutely amazing. He does potatoes on the bottom, the chicken on the top, and then what we typically do, we'll do like a candied apple, like a maple apple dessert on the top. So instead of making this a top, it actually flips over and you use this as another casserole dish and you stack it all together just like this and throw it in the microwave. For tonight's purposes, for Kylie's lava cake, we are just going to use the big 3-quart casserole dish and the seal. The only thing I will say though, if you wanted to do a roasted chicken, what you would do is take the cone, stick it right in the center, put your little roaster chicken on top, and then you would take this one, flip it over, and it would fit right inside of there. And then you would put that in the microwave, and depending on the size of your chicken, it would let you know how many minutes that you actually cook it for. I personally have not done that yet. I want to do that. I have not had a chance to, but I've known other people to do it, and they said it came out really, really good and really moist. So I am going to let Kylie kind of take over with using the pieces that she needs to use. So with the lava cake, she uses just a regular chocolate cake, as she gets butter everywhere. No worries. It's all good. So she uses the chocolate cake, and she mixes it all up. You okay over there? You're good. All right, no worries. So she mixes that up, and she likes to actually use milk in place of water for the cake because it makes it more moist. And it is absolutely amazing. So she's going to put her cake inside of the big casserole dish. You didn't even say hi to the folks.
Hi.
She's been wanting to do this live with you guys for like weeks now. So I finally said to her today, I said, okay. I said, let's do this. because it's a treat. Because when she used to make it for all the shows, honestly, we were having lava cakes like every single night, and it was getting really addicting and really bad. And we were putting on a ton of weight, so we had to cut her off from making lava cake.
Oh,
because it is so good. I actually had my neighbor over one of the times. I said, here, check out this cake. And she actually bought one of the stack cooker because of the fact of how great the cake was. And she's like, this is too easy and too deadly. So what we do is we put all the batter inside of this. And then here, come in front so they could see what you're doing. So then what you do is you take, I like to use a half of the the smaller container of the frosting. You can use the big one, but then it's just an awful lot of frosting, which is still extremely yummy. But again, we're trying to save a little bit in calories. And what you do is you scoop out the chocolate frosting and you put it literally right in the center. Okay. You got it.
Somehow the lava cake made me remember, hey, there's also Girl Scout cookies on the page. For Girl Scout cookies, you can buy some, or you can donate them to the troops, to the army, or...
Cookies for Heroes, you're talking.
Yeah.
Girl Scouts has a program for Cookies for Heroes. So if you can't have cookies, you could always donate. Okay? It helps support Kylie's troop. All right. So, that's good. We're good.
Bring this off.
So now, Kylie is going to do her thing. So for this, we're not using it as a lid, more that we're using it for a stand. So this goes upside down, and this is going to sit right on top. Okay? I actually made this at work, and quite a few people bought a stack cooker at work just for this amazing dessert.
I got chocolate on the side.
All right. So while that's cooking a little bit, I wanted to talk about a couple of things because Eric had actually gone grocery shopping. Hang on, I want to show them this. So Eric had gone grocery shopping today, and when I was at work, and honestly, the amount of money that was spent grocery shopping, kind of shocked me because of how expensive things have gotten over the course of the last year or so. So one of the things I did want to show you first was the fact that the micro pitcher, it comes with 2 pieces. But what's really nice about this is this flips over, and you could put it in the microwave and get something like, you can melt your butter, you can put anything in here, melt it really nice, and then you have it covered, so you're good. The other thing you could do is you could put gravy and stuff in it, and you can use it and pour it out with the cover, so this way you're not making a mess, and you can control how much is coming out, which I thought was really cool about this, because you don't see them where you have 1 cup and 2 cup, and the 1 cup fits on top, and it actually kind of locks in. So that makes it really nice and convenient.
Can I show you them how they lock in?
Go ahead.
Right here, there's a little notch.
Yeah.
Because this one has a notch, but this one doesn't. For when you go upside down, it fits right into the notch. If you don't hit it.
If you don't hit it with your finger?
Yeah.
Okay, so anyways, back to my husband's shopping experience. So he went out and bought a bunch of stuff, and the meats were just ridiculously expensive. And it got me thinking about, how can Tupperware help save you more money in general? And I know I've talked a ton about Fridge Smarts. Fridge Smarts will increase the life of your produce 2 to 4 times longer. And those are really amazing. And that's going to save you a lot of money with your produce and from not throwing away rotten food. We've talked a lot about freezer mates and how freezer mates is going to protect your food from freezer burn. It's going to save you money for not having to buy plastic wrap. You can buy in bigger bulk and put everything inside of the freezer mates, and then you could put those in the freezer. It's going to save you because they're reusable and they are going to keep your food from getting freezer burn, and it keeps everything organized and clean. So that's going to save you money. But what I haven't talked much about different things that you could do with the Tupperware products that is going to ultimately also save you money. How many of you end up throwing away the ends of your loaf of bread, right? I used to always throw away the ends of the loaf of bread because nobody ever wanted to eat the ends. So one of the things that we have started doing, which I really love the fact that we're doing it because it tastes so much better than the bought stuff, is excuse me, we started actually making our own breadcrumbs. So what I do is anything that gets a little on the crispier side, anything that is the end pieces, or if the bread goes stale, instead of throwing it away or, you know, feeding the birds, which let's face it, the birds are always going to find food somewhere. I have actually we started making our own breadcrumbs. So this just got washed. So so what I do is whenever there's some old pieces of bread, I just throw them inside of my modular mate, right? So I throw those in my modular mate, and I'm going to take my pieces of bread, my toast, and I'm just going to cut some up in fours. This one's a little crispier than most.
Can I chop it?
But there's always times where, you know, you end up going a little too crunchy, and the fact of the matter is the kids won't eat it, or you don't really want it because it's a little, you know, toastier than what you prefer. So I'm going to put this on. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to throw in some of my seasonings. So again, I always have my seasonings inside of my seasoning containers from Tupperware, the modular mates. Keeps everything much fresher, longer. And so one of the things I want to show you, like on here, I have, I like to buy some of the Tastefully Simple things, but I still like the little recipes on their little containers. So what I do is I peel the label off and I tape it onto here. So this way you still have your recipe, but you want to put it on the outside because then it keeps everything from no germs getting on the inside. So I'm going to add some more, and I ended up making a mess. What else is new? Enough from the peanut gallery over here. I'll add a little salt in there. Okay, so I am going to block all that in. So there you go. Now I have my Italian seasoning breadcrumbs all done up already. So honestly, what I would do with this now is throw this in another bowl. I'm going to put that in another bowl because there is some pieces that are still a little bit on the chunkier side, more than I would want. However, because there's so much toast, I'm going to make these. And I will say this does work better when the toast is harder. This is a little bit on the spongier side, so I don't know how well this is going to break up. Wow, 7 minutes already, huh?
That's how it was earlier today.
So this isn't as crunchy, so we're going to see how this works. This may have needed to be left out a little bit longer. The staler it is, the better it works. Okay, so let's show them what that looks like. We're going to let it rest and sit for a minute or two. And I did not put my seasoning in this time. So did you guys have a fun weekend? Go ahead and post something what you guys did this weekend. I actually had a really good time with the kids yesterday. I was not working. Well, I worked a little bit Tupperware wise, but we sat around and we played not video games, but
card
games. And that's always fun. The kids love playing games together. I'm going to pour this in here and mix it all together. Give these a couple of pulls. And check that out.
Once you pull the blade, you gotta
I know, I pulled the blade. I pulled the blade too soon. Hang on. Sometimes you got to go back and forth a few times, but the first time Eric did this, I'm going to be honest with you, it was the best breadcrumbs I ever tasted. It was absolutely amazing. It wasn't processed. And there you go. There's my breadcrumbs. So easy, and they're going to taste so good. Now I'm going to turn around and put these inside of my modular mates, so it's going to stay nice and fresh for a while. And I could just mix these right in with the other ones. And also what I'm going to do is just kind of give it a shake. So this way, they're all mixed in. Give it a shake. And there you go. There you have it. There's my breadcrumbs. So not only did I save the bread from getting thrown away, but I was able to make homemade breadcrumbs, which is going to be fresher and better for you because it doesn't have all the chemicals and all the other preservatives that it adds. I put my fresh, well, not fresh, but my herbs in there, all my seasoning. I have fresh bread, and there you go. It was super easy with the chopper. The chopper does come with a little blade. Kylie could have done the cake with this. Like I said, she tends to like the thatchable.
It would be way harder because the first time we tried using the whipper.
This is the new one, though.
Yeah.
This is the new one.
This
one's easier.
With the old one, it was way harder.
Yeah. But it comes with the whipper, so you could whip and you can chop. Last week we did chickens. I think we did chicken soup last week. I chopped up all my vegetables, so you could chop with that. You could whip with it, and then you have the little funnel that goes with it. So that's a really cool little gadget that Tupperware offers now.
We have all our stuff now.
Okay, so
you take care of those all.
We are going to see how amazing this lava cake is. Can you pick that up, please?
We don't have a big enough plate, so I just doubled 2 of our big plates.
No, this is going to be fine. So what I'm going to do is put this plate on top and flip it over. Now you're going to see all the gooiness of the chocolate frosting. So it almost looks like it's not cooked, but it is cooked. The cake itself is cooked, but then all the lava part is all of the chocolate. It's so yummy.
Why don't we both do one side?
Go ahead.
Ta-da!
Voila.
Voila.
How amazing does that look in just 7 minutes? And if I tilted it, it would all go to the side. So I don't want to do that. But I will cut it open so you can see the center. So you can see that it is all cooked. And it's so, like I said, it's so moist and so soft. Ooh, all of that going down.
Looks like a gelatin.
Doesn't it?
Lava.
Lava.
Oh, yeah, true.
Ah.
Oh, yeah, it looks so cool. I could tell them how good it tastes.
Oh, you could you? It's hot. Gonna burn your mouth.
Oh.
Chocolate,
It's hot.
you don't care.
Who doesn't love chocolate? Okay, so I want to show you after Kylie took a big chunk out of it.
If I had 4 hands,
Look.
I would do 4
Look
thumbs
how
ups.
yummy that it's all the lava's coming off, dripping off the sides. It is absolutely delicious, but it's fully cooked in 7 minutes, as soft and moist as can be.
And if I had 4 hands, I would do 4 thumbs ups. But I don't have 4 hands, so that makes it pretty impossible to do it.
That came out better than the other one you made.
Oh yeah, it did.
It really did. That was really good. Okay, everybody, I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's segment of Sunday Funday, and we will see you next Sunday. Bye, everybody.
Bye!